Paul of London.
Hola.
Is it, my brother?
I sharp feet.
Welcome to the QEWS Podcast, Tebogo.
I know. Glad to be here.
It's a safe space, my brother. Yeah. Are you good, man?
Sharp with you.
Yeah.
Sharp but galapino. I'm those guys that work while you guys are sleeping.
Yeah.
As a chef, I work long hours, very long hours. So the chase still 6, well, I'm at 4, but then only got home at 6 o'clock. So I'm tired, but I'm sharp.
What's
I love my job.
Where are you working?
I go for QEWS Fashion Lounge.
Yeah.
Go SMS.
Yeah.
Mamelodi, Pretoria.
What are you doing there?
I'm a chef.
Chef.
I'm a chef. I'm an a la carte chef. This basically means this is a department where you mostly, yeah.
Or people when they coming require any type of meat, you are behind it.
Yeah. I'm supposed to know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
If it's on the menu, if it's not, then obviously I let the customer. But then I'm also supposed to know how it's prepared as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hard, man? How's it going so far?
Look, I consider each and everything else in my life an extreme sport, but this one is actually a walk in the park only because I love what I do. So it's not necessarily a walk in the park, like literally, but because I take it that way, it's passion based for me. I love my job entirely. So it's not easy, but it's fun. And it's not easiness.
The long hours.
Yeah, the long hours. I'm used to the long hours.
Working under pressure.
Yeah, working under pressure is a privilege actually. No man under the sun is afforded pressure if they can't take it, because there's a difference between pressure and not being able to have to do something. And in a certain amount of time, in a certain way, you know what I mean? So
you'd say that pressure actually builds your character?
Yes, as it should to each and everyone, especially career-based people. Unlike people who just wing it on a daily basis because they want to survive. If you're career-based, listen. I was introduced to the 10 times rule not so long ago.
10 times rule.
Yeah.
What is that?
Good friend of mine, Madila Maluela, he said to me when I was still into the whole fitness thing, Paul, when you do something 10 times, the following week after doing it 10 times more, take that 10 times more and do that 10 times more again. So now it's 20 times, then it's 30 times, and then it's 40 times. So you never stop finding your craft.
So basically it's more of the same like that 1,000 hours, 10,000 hour rule where to master
for sure.
To master a trade, you must go through those 10,000 hours.
Most definitely. The proof is in the pudding, especially in my field. So I know everyone is familiar with that saying, so it's definitely that.
Would you advise someone to go the route you took of being a chef?
I don't want to speak for everybody. At the same time, it depends who I'm talking to. If I'm gonna talk to someone who's getting school affiliated, like what's in the school, as long as I hiccup, in terms of
never went to
grade.
the school of hard knocks.
Yeah. If I'm not talking to a person who went to the school of hard knocks, then I'm gonna say no, don't take this route, because
it's not for the faint-hearted.
No, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for people who expect what you understand? If I can put it that way. Nothing comes silver platter. Some of us have to go and fetch the platters, let alone receive it. But that we do receive, we appreciate. Like your job opportunities, your school opportunities, your people calling you up to man a certain event type of thing, those type of things. We really appreciate those. Instead of being handed these things because you went to a certain culinary school where they recommend chefs from there, and they're like, Ramutseya. Okay, Ramutseya can't the black, no, with a sunny side up soft. What level the manual because all clients over the manual, but then there are those who are also very, very sharp. They went to culinary school, they took the craft, they cancelled the passion, and boom. He was raised by the stop sign. He was raised by saga or poverty. It doesn't matter. But there are exceptions. That's why I can't speak for everyone else. But if I'm gonna speak to Mutwale or Buga, then listen, go to school, get your qualification. Let's hope you really do have the passion for food. And then definitely, no doubt, it's a beautiful career. I second you for choosing it. Still, if you want to go look for a job after school and fall into it like I did, then Ali Boumaye.
Would you do something else other than being a chef?
Yes. I was blessed with two professions, actually. The other one, I call it a profession because I've had the experience to indulge in it in many different ways, which is fitness. So I've been a top athlete from as long as I can remember. This is primary, this is throughout my whole high school years, even after that, even now. So I would definitely soccer player, track runner, you know. I think if it was a different life, if you had to choose between three lives, I think my options would be that, actually, you know. Being a chef, being a fitness enthusiast, or being a sports star.
So what are the challenges that come with being a chef?
It's the mental fitness, the mental capacity, the strength and will to work in a field where it's got nothing to do with you.
What do you mean by that?
You cook for people, right? I want you to picture this, right? If you are hungry right now and you wanted to prepare something because you loved the way it tasted when you had it from someone else, and you tried your utmost best to try this certain dish or food, and you failed, how would you feel? You understand? So, the passion behind it is unheard of. It's not about you. Being a chef is only about you who fell up with your fingertips. After that, it's about your customer. You understand? It starts in here, it flows through your whole body, right? By the time you feel running your house, that's why
So what creates that when according to your experience since you've been
it's the love you have for your craft.
Can anyone have lemonade, or you have to train, or is it something which is inherited, or is it, I don't know.
It's actually I like how you mentioned all the
all
options
the inherited, biologically you were born, maybe you come from a bloodline of chefs, so that thing comes to you naturally.
Well, there are those who are blessed with it naturally. From chef or inside the family without having taken the profession. And then some, it's hard work featuring love, because I believe Silo Husarata was cherished, was nurtured. So the way you run plate, usually the way when and then you have those What is it? I get to hear how long, ne? I'm a whole monate, guys. Let's all how net fella for one of scrambled eggs ill. How one, nari yara, homonate, that's it. And then you can have those that combine or their DNA combine make all of those things. All I need to go ahead and let the set at Mariana Soro, we interested too much. Mariana Wapia, let you.
And then maybe there are those, I want to put juxtapose with this. Then there are those who actually work hard. Mutating he or she was not privileged, or I got from that family of chefs and stuff. That person just learned this thing now, and then he's putting in the hard work, like Cristiano Ronaldo, putting in the hard work every day. And then eventually, the person becomes something else, a beast. Due to hard work and resilience.
No, definitely.
Not wanting to quit.
No, definitely. Those are your toughest soldiers, actually. Because losing is not an option for those people. So you tell that person or by God means he or she is gonna make sure by the time this said person tastes it again, like our main man, Cristiano. You criticize him today, tomorrow he makes sure that my man, I'm gonna cover up and I'm gonna excel. You understand? So in culinary in the culinary world, right? If the next time we will the way because o practice o tsantsani hour o tsantsani he ba re a re pe moholo o emela o ba se nne go morao
ke khona
stuff nanga la piela mara ke chava
well, basically in this field you must not be scared of to be adventurous, to try new things. Like
never. Your first mistake is not having confidence. And when I piela la most na confidence or di jose di go ba monate. So by the time when I self we to because I want to know how to do it. And I won't fail until you can hear. I get to get faith to guys. I get to get faith who boil the sampa, for example. Don't was simple,
well, basically in cooking, just like anything in life, you need to actually master the basics.
Yes.
Before trying other things, like before trying to be sophisticated and
that's the
being at that level, but you need to have get your basics right.
Yeah. God created this DNA structure for a reason. Stand up straight, lean forward, crawl, on your knees. Start walking, baby steps, jog, quick runs from here to the fridge. Next thing we're out the door, sprinting. How long does it take a baby for them to do that? You understand? That's how the mind works. It's not the literal physicality of the ngwana because of the mind. So when a wife the cuisine, it's a 5-star, simple pap and cabbage.
For a partner or for
fair. As long as Batovan one of our videos are how I do or as how rapey as brasta how then learn of us relax you are to a pay just because we're happy. It doesn't work like
so when speaking about the basics, I was watching this old clip here, Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah?
So they were documenting his gym routine, like how this guy became the best in the world with basketball. Like what did he do specially, like to be at that level, to be at that top 1% level? So what I saw there is Michael Jordan was even speaking that all I'm doing is doing the basics repeatedly, like. And then anything after that it's a plus, it's a bonus, but I have to master these basics. I have to, this basketball court must be in the mind, like
yes,
you must know,
with your atmosphere.
I have to connect with this thing.
Yep.
Would you say now, hospitality, cooking, being a chef, is it a spiritual thing?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you use energy, then it definitely is. And not energy output, the energy you exude. The energy you receive from a smile before we la motho dijo. Surely, brafere, what are you doing here? You get a pizza. Serious? Yeah. My bra. Okay, eat that one. What ka thoma ka ke di ba douya ka thoma ka stretch ka roll, and you lift your head, and this person is looking at you with so much jubilation.
Shock. Like, how?
I promise you, that's the best pizza you're gonna have. Because it's spiritual, as you said, as the question said. Like, Joe, anything you use, that
energy transfers.
That energy transfers into. That's why about Tokomela Silo Sa how. When I unale tsohala se why I'll tlhokomela I'll tsele matsapa go nto ira. And this topic is vast, even, you know what I mean, with everything in the culinary arts though. Listen, the way you handle yourself mentally, you need to be clear of mind. Yes, you won't stay sober, but that's not saying hore or be out happy. Or to a for or be here. No.
You need to be professional.
No, you need to be professional. But all I'm saying is, if you know how to do your job, it's after all the hard work, the same routines, which now you started getting each and every energy. Why you feel that? Energy. Mota would say something because you are one with your atmosphere. So yes, it is very spiritual. Very. Now, so they must go hand in glove. And then from there, have you ever heard the saying feel good food?
Yeah.
Comfort food. Exciting food. These are feelings.
So I wanted to ask this. I want this conversation to be a bit deeper. So would you say that food, according to your experience, plays a part, especially in the dopamine, like in the reaction where you feel good, like after eating a particular food, like your brain, like it evokes you, like the endorphins, the happy feelings, like happy hormones. Is it safe to say that food plays a critical role in that?
Of course.
Like I'm in a bad situation now, I can't think straight or what, but once I've eaten this, once I've tasted this food,
that is.
Once I've smelled this food through the senses, once I've seen the way, speaking about the senses now, the 5 senses, I've seen this thing, I've heard with my nose, then I've tasted this, then now inside I was in a bad mood, but all of a sudden now I can't even think straight.
Definitely, Sipho. Definitely. Like, definitely. I've seen in the hospitality industry. I remember go hoteling, right? So Kaizer Chiefs Italy. Reba setapela dining hall nyana ya bona.
Which era is this?
This is 2014. This is
Roshava. Straight back.
Yeah, go Shaba, the zebras.
Yeah,
Malava winner league, just living, you know,
you got to meet them, those guys.
Yeah, every day. But as long as no one game me.
How was the experience, man, meeting those guys? Were you starstruck?
Yes, I was.
Most of the people they tend to say that like seeing I got starstruck like seeing. But after some time,
you
get used to
it. Because never almost every week. I mean, game me we never gonna dlala home game 3 ka o latelang. So that's when never go FNB. So as I was saying, Morgan Gold, for example, Morgan Gold, if Nasa ja German peanut butter rye bread, nah, no mela base, because that taste ela German and peanut butter ka rye bread. Kukwa hai na mulela bona. Ka bro thonga ko ru. Amo tasta peanut butter le jam. One color. It's
evoking.
Yeah, it evokes that mental state. Yeah. Bon, I get the pirate and then got who saw in that day will not be complete without that sandwich. One swallow, ne? Kigan Doli, Narata tea, Capulayo, tea, ribos. Yeah. No, bon, and I said to go hotel I see no ribos. Go hotel coach and mother joke. When I let Tawe ribos, no fesa name, man. Arbona coach. What does that tell you? That is the dopamine that the mind creates for you to operate has to be formed by something, guys. And if Osai Ratin do, then no doubt does function. Hence, whoever one or two little detail. Because I wanna no I produce it. Like
you're not stimulated by anything.
No. My favorite rantu, for example, ne, kiriku. Well baked dikuku. Chavar fe pecho. I'm a pale. The twara is
well baked like it's like the biscuit or softer ones.
The softer ones. So that's a bonnet. Nagata manskara. Get a high the tongue. The petluan. Generally, you go fat. I want a bomba state. Never bomba state. It's 15 in rectangular shape, and then it's a mahala. Then Revian, the Senge. Then it's a come covian motrina, Tanangam opening, Obiamole singing, or swallow singing. Buzis. Get it, born, you cannot tell the beauty. It's in only Google kitchen with you.
The smell is like loads.
Yes.
Especially like you. That's why I said that there's something about food which.
Now I didn't put on that note. Back to that point, yes.
And especially winter, then let's go. What is this stuff?
Samalat, yes.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. In Hopota, when me and my cousins on a December, during December holidays. Through whom you for you at the emo fatica molo, one for Stanane, the mania, me, Macrizo, the Mola, one can put your woman wailing, the scone, put you are the goose and that's it. So that smell, Ela, and Hopota, those memories. Legacy age, get fit, Tagazilla, swear will think like Zara. Get a little dinly. Another plague ready, confectionery. Motokwa
shop. I see.
Ha, mo pele. Bang ho potsa tramshet ka di biscuits tsa bona.
But open.
Ka smell sela sing ho potsa tramshet ka di biscuits. If you're old enough and you know town, you know what I'm talking about. Tramshet ka di biscuits. Ha, ka entrance la post office, mo di steps in. Mo pele. So, yes. Wa utlwa go botsa ka di biscuits. O itse re tkolela ka neng? 1998, 99, 2000, 01, 02, that 4-5 years, personally movie that when I smell those things, the biscuits, I remember that. Oh, somebody can hope on Nikelon, get moving with Ramshet in one color. So, yes, the brain does is afforded time to create dopamine. Because of the food that you ate, you understand? It could be anything, man. Food is very vast. It doesn't have to be your general knowledge of food. It could be anything. Even drinks and stuff like that. Zakal, it was Kambele. You understand? One Kalahan. Kambele, nothing Hoposa, Nabum, a saw, Repalagu, Hira saw, but then Kambele was there. One Kalahan.
You need to make a plan.
Yeah. Trust me.
No, they're using it. Look, I'm like, I don't know to heal what or
one color Kodisa.
Yeah.
When I came to Gauteng, because northwest northwest ka mo le side le one tlhala ya go after social media happen na yeah after ko morago ba ya go di plasing ko morago just go in between Varambata le Amanskra one tlhala so night vita ma houteng la ka magaza ba se kambelele se fodisa di kodisa. Okay, fine. It might have not originated here, and it maybe I missed it. Okay, tango thing. But nani gizi, ho for this kodisa. We had different methods.
Yeah.
One line.
Need that one to put pampiri, cut a piece of paper.
Yes, or ash.
On the 40.
When I umsela monarch kopala ash ya kwai. I commit. And then after all, when I know to eat. Moya, o comedize moya 5 times. So Marias Kambele, honestly, I didn't know about tobacco food.
Yeah, you do it. I think you got the codis and stuff.
Yeah.
So now this method there, because I always think about these people were way ahead of their time. Like they used to do their own things. Look at this situation of Langaritena. Now they create body over and stuff.
Yes,
they always had.
Yes, timeless. That's what technological thing. So it's just that refining. So in the art of in the culinary arts, there's so many ways to kill a cat. So many ways. People get it twisted. There's frying, there's grilling, there's cooking, there's baking.
It's 4. Yeah. Frying, grilling, cooking, and baking. So
otherwise it's steam and boiling.
So now where do you fall? All of them.
Yeah, given the apparatus and innovation, I can make a plan. If I don't have a boiler, you generally boil a pizza. And certain foods that you are eating, okay, fine. Like the small cloths and the apparatus you just have to eat some. And then you put your potatoes there, you steam them. And you can do, like, there's a lot of ways in cooking. No, if you want to fry, you can fry with the correct heat. Fry like
it's science, basically, that thing.
Hence why technology has evolved also in a lot in the culinary arts, but I jump if and use it because of machine so I've learned a lot spiritually, culinary, mentally, emotional. This is from 20 years up until now. And I'm turning 33 in August, so, and that's all I've done. This is what I do.
Yeah, because I work as a boiler operator, so there it's science, like especially when you especially running the boiler, creating steam, you see how things are connected. Like you create the steam with the right amount of heat. Right amount of temperature, then it goes. They use that steam for different things, cooking, whether it's manufacturing.
Yeah.
So, how important it's the how can I put it? Like things to start with this, the process. Yeah. How important is to follow the process in when cooking?
It's very important.
Whether cooking, frying.
It's very important. Cooking as a whole. Cooking the bigger umbrella, I think. As a whole, it's very important. You need to follow instructions. You need to follow the fundamentals, certain fundamentals.
Because people fail to cook or to bake due to smallest mistakes.
Yes.
Not a right amount of temperature.
And not wanting to learn. Especially
not putting in the right
ingredient because we are now cinnamon. No, not a certain dosage. That's about 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of cooking oil or virgin oil, 2 packets of whatnot.
It's been tried and tested.
It's been tried and tested. You cannot change the system that has been working under the sun way before you. You understand? You can innovate. Hear me well.
You can work on top of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like for example, you cannot disassemble the iPhone. Like you have to build on top of that IP, on top of what Steve Jobs has done,
there's nothing
on top of what Samsung has done.
Yeah.
You cannot just disrupt the whole thing and want to start a new thing.
No. There's nothing new under the sun. All you have to do is refine the art. You can't do that. There are very special human beings who are very good with their craft, but only after learning, experience, hard work, and what you call, and the passion, having the passion behind it. You can innovate. You can't create though. Creating is totally different. You can't create a chicken, but you can create a new taste.
So I wanna pose the last one, and then we'll come back again some other time to move on. I've really enjoyed this conversation. It was not an interview, but a conversation.
Sure.
How do you deal with negative feedback? Actually, how do you deal with feedback, whether it's positive, whether it's negative?
It's challenging. I need to take my emotions out of it. I won't cook great for everyone. What I do is I take the here statement, if I can open quote. In fact, let me move away from getting the general company based. Joe Polo, how can I be out so or on pay away Joe? A business I have a bunny chow, lady got a leg, lady wings. Someone actually said, I'm a horrible cook. Like you are now with you just a how to shower. This is the one teardrop in the ocean, right, guys? But it's still criticism. You understand? So what I do with it, I take it as positively as I can. Ne?
Where like you everything or
no,
I had the meat. I think it's lacking. It's a bit salty or like.
Yeah, she could have at least said that.
Because I believe Motu. I cannot criticize or no. I just hate your pap. No man, I believe like your pap. You need to cook it even more.
Yeah, like
so
I was really surprised, but
you understood?
I just try.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nah. Nakota legi how ki prefer ya go masa or ya go but go or whatnot. And I was like, no, my sister, no, on the floor. What was wrong with it? Just a tasty fair. Then I started being open to, hey guys, the couple of feedback. Hey, me brass, customers, Kosan Valley, Mamelodi West, they ban supporting the tata. So I used to say, product money, feedback, couple of menyana, one first time, and then be brutal. One to one. So I took that. Yeah. So that's in my field. You can't get angry, guys. Especially show the customer that you're angry. There's a way we deal with being angry and whatnot. Hence, we are now ICAS, good professional institutes and whatnot. So that in your spare time you work on those things. You must work on those things. You cannot respond personally because they were being offensive to you. One to one. So what I do is I take that statement and I remember if I missed a step in the preparation of whatever I was preparing, or I just remember if I was angry or not. I think you want them kitchen, guys.
So does anger, Leona, what is this word? Affect sometimes the taste of food?
If you're a human being, yes, but it shouldn't alter the taste altogether. Oh, just say how about you know understand? Nee. Yeah, negative no baby see the chumia. Understand? Or say, and the great cooks before Oja, Ish guys, waiting pumpkin ish get hellets, mo sugiri, or mo cumini, or working mo cinnamon.
Well, basically, it's important to taste.
Yes, hence why taste. Hence why as a chef you have your spoon here or on your apron or whatever. Finish something, you taste. Oh, if I want to say you taste and then Hero criticizes, oh my god. How guys? And if you taste it, give more to home for the jutta how. Say, Brapolo, why did you sell me for money? Ish sorry man. Ish can tell it to Molamola to illegal can tell. Screaming us how well. One Talohai. So the Samilo who bypass a guy. Mara, if you cook and then I'll taste it just how, don't fall short to criticism because it's gonna come even though you're the greatest cook in the world.
I appreciate my brother. What keeps you going? What inspires you? Do you read any books? Can you recommend anything?
I recommend the 10 times rule book. The 10 times rule book. And I can't help you guys there. I actually think that it's best if you search it because I was so intrigued by it that I just went on searching it. Then and then it was an audio book. Whatever you do 10 times, guys, do 10 times of that, and then whatever you do 20 times of that, do 10 times of that as well, and then make sure that you end up mastering the craft of whatever you do. There's no rest days. Every day is leg day because you gotta jog it. Wild dog mentality. Always. Because the primary goal is the goal.
Say it again.
The primary goal is the goal.
My dog, appreciate your time.
I know, much appreciated.
Appreciate everything, but sharing the wisdom and knowledge. Hope you come back again and do something part 2 or
sure.